Warning: this video may contain foul language and mech on mech mayhem. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to MechWarrior Online. This is Fuzzy Nova, and today we've got the Dragon 1C. Now this is believe it or not, this is the first Dragon that I've ever purchased. I've piloted this mech a few times in the past. I think they were trial mechs, but I've never actually owned one. One of my viewers requested I do a Dragon, so here it is, the Dragon 1C. I think the biggest reason that I never got the Dragon was, if you look at the stock loadouts on the Dragon, the loadouts are rather crappy. They're just not that great. Like, this mech came with an AC2, 2 medium lasers, and LRM-10. That was it. Literally, AC2, 2 mediums, and LRM-10. I'm kind of like, you know, what's the... and I tried it out after I got it, but it just really wasn't cutting it. So this mech has a lot of potential, and it's a really good heavy mech. And putting a decent amount of C-bills into it is definitely worth it. Upgrading the mech, putting a different engine in it, just spending some money on this mech is definitely going to make it even more better. And the design of the Dragon, I don't know. The Dragon's an old MWO mech. It's been around, and it's a popular mech, and a lot of pilots actually love this mech. And you always see these on the battlefield, especially like double AC2 Dragons. But the 1C was the one that I favored the most. And we're just going to do a quick video on this. I really haven't warmed up in it too much, so we're just going to go as is and play it. But I came up with a pretty decent build here, and Dragon's got some good hard points, and the cool thing about it is it's got a lot of armor. This thing can take some serious damage and keep pushing, so it can play a lot of roles, and it's a quick mech. It's a faster heavy mech, and so you've got the armor plus the speed, and if you put those C-bills into it, you can get some good weapons out of it. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the 1C comes with. So the Dragon is a 60-ton heavy mech, 60 tons, and the 1C is 1 ballistic, 4 energy, and 1 missile. So I was definitely looking at a lot of the times I look at the ballistic and energy, unless I'm doing a SRM build or LRM build. But the 1 ballistic, 4 energy, I said, oh, I know what I can do with that. Off the bat, I already knew. But the mech coming with 1 AC2, it was just in the right arm. It's just, I mean, that was such a low ballistic weapon. But then again, it did come with a standard engine, and I replaced the engine with the XL295. So this mech standard goes 81 kph. I put an XL295, and that's 79.65 kph, so it's pretty close. It's definitely worth the sacrifice for the tonnage, because this mech weighs maybe not even half of what the standard engine did. So I gained a ton of tonnage there just by upgrading it to an XL. Or you can do a light engine. I've seen a lot of light engines on the Dragon too. Just depends whatever you want. So for our ballistic, I was using an AC-10, but I figured I tried the LBX-10 out, and the LBX actually works better for me on the Dragon. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. The AC-10 just wasn't cutting it. So we do have an LBX-10 in our right arm. A great weapon to use. For our energy, I'm using all 4 of my energy hard points. We've got 2 in the left torso, which is up pretty high. So that's the left torso of the Dragon 1C is a good place to put your larger energy weapons. I've got 2 large lasers in the left torso. I'm just going with regular large lasers, and I'm going with regular medium lasers. I've got 2 of those in my left arm. That does leave us with our missile hardpoint open in the CT. It is only 2 slots, so LRM-10 or MRM-10, anything bigger you cannot fit. So there is that with the Dragon 1C. So remember that. Not going to be able to fit anything bigger than MRM-10 or LRM-10 in this. I also have an Intersphere targeting computer MK1, just a 1-ton targeting computer. It does help out with some things. as for upgrades, I do have double heat sinks and endo steel for that extra tonnage. I threw 3 double heat sinks in my loadout. I got 1 in the engine and then 1 in each torso. Armor points, basically maxed them out. I do have 92 in my CT, which is great for a heavy, although I put it all the way down to 4 points in my rear. I don't usually normally go this low, but on the Dragon it works. I want as much armor as I can in the front of this thing. I'm not planning on being attacked from behind unless it's a light mech, of course. 68 in the front in my torso, 60 in my right arm because of my LBX, and then I've got 50 in my left arm, and then 55 in the legs, 18 in the head, of course. So yeah, it's a pretty decent build. The heat management's not too bad, 1.29 out of 2. It really doesn't overheat as much as you would think, and not really much at all. I do have some enhancements with the Dragon 1C that definitely do help out. Of course, we got our ballistic cooldown at minus 15%. Missile cooldown, it comes with that as well. Max heat plus 12%. Hill climb. I've got some speed retention, energy cooldown, startup duration, heat dissipation, minus 50% screen shake from any hard hits that I do take. And under the operations tab, I kind of filled some of those out. But yeah, it's also capable of holding AMS in the right torso if you want to use that. So yeah, this is definitely my first Dragon build, my first one, and I really don't. I haven't really warmed up. I've played 3 matches before I started recording this, so we're gonna play a couple. 1 or 2, maybe 1. I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, take another look at the mech here before we hit the battlefield. The energy hard points in the torso up there. I got those 2 large lasers. That's a great spot to have them. Now, if you do look in the right arm, your ballistic is on the lower side. It is on the lower. It'd be great to have it up higher, but the arm does hang low on this thing. It's a big, stocky, thick mech. It is. But it's definitely well armored, and it could do quite a bit. And that right arm there, can use it for shielding. I do have extra armor points in my right arm, and it is a big arm as well. That is a massive shield there. And also, just in case say your right arm does get taken out, do have that. But yeah, it's a great mech. Very good mech. Let's go ahead and get into a match. I will see you guys on the battlefield.
Connecting to server. Gathering Sana report. Today's lesson is on the Dragon. The Dragon is a heavy battle mech originally designed in a bid to replace the Shadow Hawk. A close assault mech, its versatile design allows it to be used in both offensive and defensive operations. It boasts above-average firepower and plenty of ammunition for extended combat, while a VLA 300 fusion engine gives it a faster-than-normal top speed. Armor coverage for the Dragon's 10 tons is thick around the torso, and especially the rear, for when it is surrounded by opponents, while the squat design gives it a smaller profile and makes it harder to knock over. The lack of any especially heat-intensive devices makes the use of only 10 heat sinks a non-issue. The Dragon's only major problem is it requires frequent maintenance and/or overhaul of its hip actuator. Debuting in 2754 during the twilight years of the Star League, the Dragon was turned down by the SLDF in favor of an upgraded Shadow Hawk, though it would be quietly picked up by the Draconese Combine. With the dissolution of the Star League and the onset of the Succession Wars, the Dragon became the Combine's standard mech. Multiple production lines on many well-defended worlds, including Luthien, meant the design was so prevalent every battalion and almost every company featured the Dragon, with some battalions composed of nothing but these mechs. So many were produced that the Federated Sons and Lyran Commonwealth employed salvaged Dragons in their own arsenals, while many mercenary commands used captured or purchased models. The Free Ras Al Hague Republic would also adopt the mech following their formation. The beginning of the end came around 3025 when the Grand Dragon, an improved version of the Dragon, entered the prototype phase. By 3040 initial production had begun on this upgraded model, with several Dragon factories switching over entirely to producing Grand Dragons. Even as the Combine was phasing it out of service, the original Dragon was not wholly abandoned, and it saw combat during the clan invasion. By 3065 Luthien Armor Works had ceased production altogether on the Dragon, though it would remain within the DCMS inventory for some time.
Polar Highlands in the Dragon 1C with my LBX-10 dual large laser and 2 medium laser build. It's some minor laser vomit, I guess. The LBX, of course, being the main weapon, but the dual large lasers are actually very good. I like using dual large lasers better than ER larges. They have a little bit less heat. I know the range isn't there, but honestly the range on this build right here is actually pretty good. And thank you SP for thank you Pooper for that one. Getting me to try this mech was definitely a great choice. This is a very good mech. It's a very good inner sphere heavy. And I do have a newfound respect for inner sphere mechs, certain ones, because I was all clan for a while. Doesn't mean I wasn't piloting inner sphere mechs. I was just totally into clan mechs, and but the Dragon, it's got a great speed. It's strong, very well armored. And as I said, putting, showing it some love and upgrading your engine and just throwing some C-bills at it. You know, spend a little bit of money to make it what you want. Sometimes you have to do that with mechs. I definitely wouldn't recommend the Dragon for your first. It's mech that takes a little bit of time, even though you're actually seeing me progress as a pilot in the Dragon right now. Or decline, I don't know. But I wanted to put a Dragon video out. I want to do more mechs that I really haven't done before. There's only a little list of them. Of course, there's tons of variants that I still need to do, but as I said, this is the first time that I've ever used this mech, or balthed this mech, my own Dragon. And there's a few that I haven't used yet. I'm trying to think of another one off the top of my head.
New target acquired.
The Viper? I don't know if I've done the Viper yet.
Acquired.
Can't remember. The Victor. Have not done the Victor. The Dragon definitely makes a good Pop-Tart sniping mech if you have the right build for it. Long range, had to change my brightness really quick. Little lag there in the video. It was too bright. I'll shoot this UAV down if we can. There we go. As I was saying, you see a lot of Dragons using long range builds, as you know, large lasers, large pulse, AC2s, LRMs. And that's the thing, is that they can do this damage from afar and really take no damage on themselves, and rack up a lot of damage, really hurt the enemy, or hurt you. And then by the time you get to them, they're fully armored, and then they're ready to brawl. So having a mixture of long-range and short-range weapons can really be a good idea on the Dragon, if you have the room for it. This one is, you know, it's kind of all around. LBXs do have a good range on them. The medium lasers not so much, but the larges do. So I can definitely get some hits in from a good range without taking too much damage in return. They're all grouped up, which is great for us. We're slowly pushing up here. Tag that urban. He's down. Alright guys, let's keep pushing up. Looks like our Cyclops needs our help. Let my heat go down just a little bit. Alright, here we go. That rifleman is hitting us with those rotary AC2s. Trying to push him back. We're gonna flank left here. We are taking them out though, one by one. I'm trying to get this rifleman. He is, or the Jaeger mech right there, excuse me. I'm trying to get that Jaeger mech with the rotary AC2s, not the rifleman, it's a Jaeger mech. Classic build. Oh, the Jaeger mech is down. We opened up the CT. There was a blood apps coming at me right there. Oh, Jaeger mech is not down. There he is. Alright, we took the Jaeger mech out. I'm glad I wanted that kill, because rotary AC2s are very, very annoying. Eben Jag is down as well. And that is a complete annihilation push right there. Surprised I didn't die. But we did take that Jaeger mech out. Very quick match. 1 kill, 8 assists, KMDD, a good amount of damage. I mean, for my basically first time in a Dragon. Let's go ahead and do one more match. Frozen City in the Dragon. It just feels right. This mech feels right when you're piloting it. If you haven't tried this mech or really aren't a fan of it, haven't really given it a chance, just try it. At least try it. I'm kind of interested to see how dual ballistic works. I would have to get another variant. But I feel like dual ballistics would be a lot of fun on the Dragon. And there was someone in a previous match earlier today that was using a Dragon with 2 AC5s and 1 PPC, and I thought that it was rather simple. But then again, those simple builds can be really effective. And I looked at his in-game score, and he got like 950 damage with 2 AC5s and a PPC, so he must have been getting those shots out. Question is, do you use AC5s or Ultra AC5s when it comes to inner sphere ballistics?
Target acquired. New target acquired.
And I've always wondered that with inner sphere ballistics and clam ballistics, what's actually worth it to use ultra autocannons or regular autocannons when it comes to those two? Of course, ultra autocannons have a faster rate of fire, but still, is it really that much faster when it comes down to how many times it jams in one match?
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
And is it actually really that faster? The rate of fire is faster, but it's still lobbing 10 points of damage per trigger. So I really don't know. It's something that I really need to look into. It's something that I don't normally talk about or get into because my knowledge of it is scarce. We got the Cyclops here. They're all right here, so we're gonna back it up here. I'm taking some heavy fire here. Luckily, my CT is very strong. Okay, so they see me. Sunspider Foxtrot sees me. I am going to make my way,
New target acquired.
hopefully get one more shot out here. Yeah, they are all moving out. Hit the Cyclops, target Alpha. He's got MRMs. He's got a big MRMs on him. So the Cyclops does have medium range missiles. We're gonna go ahead and move up this way and try to get a different angle with these guys here. 3-3, we are neck to neck as well. I do like that. I like tied matches. Makes it a lot more intense. That Cyclops is down. Vulcan looking right at me there.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
This Hunchback there.
Target acquired.
We are destroying this Hunchback. He's going down. Come on. Nah, this ain't happening. Done. He is done.
New target acquired.
There goes a dragon right there. They are moving up towards the center. They're trying to make some last effort moves. It is 6-5. They still have a chance. Anything can happen. I am getting hit pretty hard. Shit. Got this dragon and this catapult there. Alright. Screw you, dragon. I'm gonna pop you with my lasers. One more shot. Ha, we got him. We took out the dragon. Last kill. Lucky kill, though. So basically it was 6-5 right there, and everything went to shit for them very quickly. 1 kill, 10 assists, 1 KMDD. It's shows you how quick the match can turn. We just turned it up the heat and gave them what they needed. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Dragon 1C, great mech. I would get it. We'll see you next time. Fuzzy Nova, out.